6. Jim and Maggie discuss their summer holidays. Maggie thinks it is high time to make some plans for the summer holidays. She would like to go abroad, but Jim is afraid they will not be able to afford it. Maggie, I've been thinking about the summer holidays, Jim. I should like to go somewhere really interesting this year. Jim, aren't we going down to Eastbourne as usual? Maggie, Jim. If you make me go there just once more, I'll walk out on you. Jim, have you any better ideas, then? Maggie, I was passing Jane's travel agency this morning. So I collected some leaflets. If you're not too busy, perhaps we can have a look at them now. Jim, I'll look at anything, but what about the money? Even if we don't have any special expenses this term, there won't be much left over for a holiday abroad. Maggie, if only you were an engineer, Jim, instead of a teacher, we wouldn't always be worrying about money. Jim, but if I weren't a schoolmaster, I wouldn't have such long holidays to go abroad in. Maggie, but if you were an engineer, your firm might send you abroad. Jim, and you would have to stay at home. You wouldn't like that at all. Maggie, well, no, I wouldn't. But look, here's an interesting one, 2 weeks in the Austrian Alps. glorious mountain scenery and every home comfort, it says. Jim, but it always rains in the mountains in July, Maggie. And if it rains, the whole holiday will be spoilt. Maggie, here's a better one then. Sunshine cruise round the Balearic Islands, only £55. 55. If we saved a little harder we could just manage, couldn't we? Jim, well, if I took on an extra evening class, we might. Maggie, and I could ask Mr. Smithers to give me some typing to take home. If we worked hard, we could earn quite enough between us, couldn't we? Jim, well, I suppose we could. Maggie, oh, how lovely, Jim. Nothing to do all day except lie in the sun and get a gorgeous tan. I must ring up Jane right away, and ask her to book it for us first thing tomorrow morning. Jim, Maggie, just a minute. I'm afraid you didn't look at the leaflet very carefully. £55 special reduced off-season price it says. £55. I expect it'll be much more at the height of the season. Maggie, oh, Jim. And I was so looking forward to our cruise. But suppose we saved really hard, perhaps we could just. Jim, no, we couldn't. It's not worth it. Maggie, but I'm not going to Eastbourne, that's final.